Greetings, gentle viewers. We've caught up on our alternate scenes from our email phone reply choices. We've seen just how hard Sheena Mayuri is working to try and help out her friends. And this moment of brief rest and low tension is coming to an end. The time machine is nearly repaired. Yet another party is being planned. I can't help but wonder something awful is going to happen there, because that's what always happens in parties when Suzuha is involved. There's some kind of fighting, either from Suzuha herself or from other people that Suzuha must fight. Either way, we are steadily moving towards the first bad end. Maybe the only bad end. We don't know. That's like the point, right? Ramble Damon off!
We are the Bittersweet Gamers! And I'm We Squared. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do some comments for the next couple episodes because the comment section has been rife with spoilers, and so we decided to err on the side of caution. Please try and keep it under control. We know you're excited and you want to talk about things. We want to talk about things too. It's fun, isn't it?
I realize this is the curse of a blind LP and an ever-present danger.
But come on, guys. We all want to have fun, right?
We're trying to figure this stuff out on our own. Don't give us any hints.
No matter how much we might beg you for them.
I don't know about you, Billy, but this looks like an at-channel scene to me.
I concur, but you know what? It's been a while, so I'm okay. I've made my peace with that channel.
When I returned to the lab, Kurisu wasn't there. Maybe she went out to eat for a change of pace. Afterwards, I hit the streets again in search of the pin.
It looks like you're on the computer in search of the pin.
But the day ended without a single lead, so I reluctantly returned to the lab and tried searching the internet.
Silly me, jumping ahead.
I can time leap again, but will that really help us find Suzuha's father? Is that really what I should be concerned about right now?
At least he is concerned, because he's a decent guy. Look, he can't help in any other capacity. He can't help make the time leap machine. He can't help fix the time machine.
Well, we made that perfectly clear before. It's just that I wish he'd concentrate a bit more on his own goals instead of get distracted by the first pretty face that walks by.
What about the second?
Well, that one too. Huh. An unfamiliar number?
Uh-oh!
Who is it?
俺だ。
Hi, Mr. Okabe Rintaro!
Man, so cool guy is the best. He actually kept the contact information and said he was gonna call back. He really looked into it. What a professional man. He'll do anything to make a sale.
セルンか。
Serun to Nandes.
Nandes! By the way,
名乗ってもらおう。
So cool! Son of a bitch!
おたくはもうアフタヌーンうちのファクトリーに問い合わせに来てテレフォンナンバーを教えていったですよ。
nobody who speaks English would call that a factory.
お前は何を言っているんだ。
See, he already distracted himself away from what he was doing in the first place. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to spend so much time distracting himself and ought to keep focused on the same goal. Dang it. Grumbly.
Well, let's be perfectly honest, Damon. If you got a call of someone speaking what is basically gibberish at you, how would you react?
Well, I told you when it actually happened to me, I just responded with gibberish. No, wait. I've heard this broken Japanese before. It's that gaijin talk. What you want, not Odess. Oh yeah, that's right. It's that super awesome foreign street vendor I met this afternoon in Akiba.
特定した。Nice to meet you.
But we've already met.
どういたしまして。
I hope he's not FB. I'm going to be sad.
私自主制作してます。 yesterday night ゲストが come here の思い出し
Yesterday night, I guess to come here.
そのゲストがメイクプリーズピンバッジがユウが持ってきたやつとセイムだったのよ
Make please.
Okay. Try and focus. Last night, someone came
No,
to him to make the badge.
No, I get it. I get it. It's just
I just didn't want you to be overwhelmed by the absurdity.
this is the most champion level broken Japanese I've ever heard. You can't accidentally talk this way. It is highly constructed.
It takes skill to be this bad.
今すぐそっちに行く。
What I've always thought was hilarious about that broken Japanese, right?
Uh-huh.
No, that was the button for the tips.
That's pretty funny.
そのゲストがメイクプリーズピンバッジがユウが持ってきたやつとセイムだったのよ
It's not going to be weird random phrases like make please pin badge. It's going to be, they're gonna get the particles wrong and grammatically construct a sentence using limited vocabulary, but it'll be kind of incomprehensible. Not just this grammatically perfect replace random phrases with odd English. But that's why it's so funny.
According to the transcript, his name is Master.
No, his name isn't Master.
Are you sure?
When Okarin met him, he said, "Hey, Master!" And Master could work as the title for a shop owner.
Oh, okay.
It's like when he was talking about a factory before. He wasn't talking about like some industrial pin factory. It's just a mismatch between a couple languages.
Okay.
Anyway, none of that matters, but here's what it is. Funny! Time to kill the joke that I love so much. I go to the same spot as before. Although his stand is already closed, the Westerner is waiting for me.
Oh, Okabe! Hello!
Hello, my friendo!
そのゲストとやらはどこへ行った？
クライアントカムヒアなのは yesterday なことよろしい
そいつの連絡先は、住所氏名は？
ドクです。ゲストはシミュレーションだけ。プライベートインフォメーションは nothing.
What's Suzuha doing here? Where is she?
That's a good question! I'm not following, because that made no sense.
ジャパニーズやっとプライベートインフォメーションの重要さについてスタディらしい。過敏神経になったよね。
You can't talk this fast if you're that bad at it!
If ゲストがネームはテレフォンナンバー残っていったかよ。ノリック、それがビジネス。
I think he's saying he can't give away his client's information. It's hard to make sense of what he's saying.
My head is full of many question marks for many reasons. For instance...
Like, where did Suzuha go?
In hindsight, I should have brought Kurisu to speak English for me.
そいつはどういうやつだった？男か？女か？
Well, so young or so middle. Japanese は顔ヤングね。ルックだけじゃ no understand.
顔ヤングね。
特徴は？
特徴
How about the man or woman part?
やはり柔道 or プロレスラー
What?
Tennoji Yugo?
なんだ？
I guess?
柔道？プロレスラー？それがどうしたんだ？
Yes!
Yes! Ow! I mentioned Tennoji because he's super big and buff.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
nobody would say he was young, though, so never mind.
Yeah, well, he can't seem to tell.
Yeah, but nobody would have that question. He just looks like a middle-aged Oyasan. That wasn't a yes or no question. the hell do you mean? But please keep talking this way because this is highly amusing.
Ah, balloon! Balloon だよ!
What?
So, Daru came?
Maybe? That would make more sense.
バルーン柔道プロレス
I mean, none of that other stuff makes sense for Daru.
Yeah, he's a big guy, but not like that.
Good!
I want to ask more questions, but the foreigner suddenly sees a policeman walking by and runs off?
What?
Why? Guess he's doing business illegally? But he's just standing here talking to me. It'll be difficult to find tighter in what little time we have left. I could time leap again starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like all I can do is wait until Christina's done working and then leap to the time this suspicious character appears at the stand. But what about the time machine?
Well, as long as he sets all of that stuff up, like talks to everyone, gets them together, explains the situation.
Wasn't part of the big deal here to send Suzuha off in the time machine and then hope that fixes some stuff retroactively?
Yeah.
So if he time leaps, well, I guess that stuff will still be going, and he'll be using his time when he was wandering around randomly with Suzuha to... Well, okay. Incidentally, we are trying to figure out who FB could be. We're not going to talk about it right now, and I doubt we'll be able to figure it out, but...
We've got our suspicions.
We really want to figure it out. Yesterday night. Okay, so that's when it was. Anyway, to finish up what we were saying about FB, we've eliminated exactly one person and have two people that we're thinking about. We'll talk about it later, though. I'm just wondering if we ought to be looking at what this guy is saying as a clue.
To FB.
The time leap machine is complete. It's 2:30 p.m. on the 13th, about 20 minutes later than before.
Because Daru isn't helping her put it together.
I was going to say that same thing, yep.
タイムリープマシーンか。
I've already explained to her how time leaping works. It's as different as can be from Suzuha's time machine, which can physically displace actual bodies.
未来の記憶を思い出させるっていうのは面白いよね。
It really kind of is.
空想とか、もしかしてっていう推測とか、あと直感、デジャブ。そういうのってさ、実際には未来の記憶を思い出してるのかもしれないかもってちょっと思っちゃった。
What an interesting idea.
Oh.
2036年時点だと記憶は世界戦艦の自分との情報伝達手段かもしれないって説もセルンの研究者から出てるんだ。
Yeah?
それと似たようなものなのかも。
There's some weird implications to an idea like that.
岡部の力、リーディングシュタイナーがどういう仕組みなのか分かればいいんだけど、岡部だけの特殊能力なのか、それとも全人類がその資質を持ってるけど岡部だけがたまたまより強い能力を持っていただけなのか。
There isn't really any way to find out, unfortunately.
Just like the last bit with deja vu and intuition and memories being a bridge between consciousnesses in between world lines. Like, it's an interesting idea, but all you can do is hypothesize.
一つ確かなことがある。意識は記憶とともに過去へ飛んだ。
Yes, despite the fact that they said over and over and over that that wasn't going to happen, at the time we said, Kurisu is saying over and over that your consciousness isn't going to leap. So we thought at that time that your consciousness might actually leap, since they are talking about it, hammering that point over and over. And despite that being the theory that your consciousness shouldn't leap, Okabe at least it most definitely does.
Could be related to reading Steiner, could not.
それがなぜなのか、いまいち納得いかない。D メールの時に、岡部が体験したような状況と同じになってもいいはずなのに。
Yeah, that was what we were initially assuming it was going to be, just turned out to not be true.
記憶に意識は依存してるのかな？
意識って形として存在してるわけじゃないのが厄介だよね。
Even 2036 CERN, huh?
魂も同じ。結局は宗教観に行き着く。2036年でもさ、魂の存在は証明されてないし、意識を形として証明した人はいないんだ。
そう。ちょっとがっかり。
意識が過去へ飛んだことで D メールに比べてより具体的に過去改変ができるようになったが、同時に収束する結果も存在した。
Yeah, D-mails are kind of a hit or miss. Usually miss.
I'm glad they're not attempting to make some definition of consciousness. Calling that an existential question would be something of an understatement. Being able to actually understand what consciousness is and why it happens is itself pure existentialism. There's some things the world will allow me to change and others it won't. For example, I can change the method of Mayuri's death. Whoop-de-doo.
For all the good it does.
But never the fact that Mayuri dies on the night of August 13th.
違うよ。未来は確定してる。
What?
ならば家庭が変化したのはなぜだ？
What she's saying is there are these convergence points.
Ah, yeah.
And especially when you look at things from a perspective that's further away, those convergence points really do make it look like everything is kind of set in stone. At least that's the way I took what she said, knowing what we know now.
Yeah.
世界線が変動してたから。
Don't you create world lines, though?
岡部倫太郎が過去へ飛んで、本来とは別の行動をとったことで、ダイバージェンスがわずかだけど上下したはずだよ。
Like, is divergence jumping to a world line that already exists, or is it creating a world line that did not previously exist?
Hard to say. The divergence counter hasn't changed from the last time you sent an email.
That's right.
And frankly, she wouldn't know this for sure because no one's aware of divergence changing.
Well, she seems to know what this is, what he's talking about.
でもその変動は、ダイバージェンスメーターで言うと、0.00001% 程度の誤差でしかないわけ。
Ah.
Do you remember when we were talking about how much of a huge change it was for Okarin to have Ruka buy a lottery ticket?
Right?
Here she's actually saying this, that it's such a tiny amount.
But it caused such a big change.
Furthermore, a change back to Suzuha's original world line, which is, like, that 0% is Suzuha's world line, which is...
CERN controls the world.
Yes. Maybe what the divergence change was in that case of that D-mail was more of the future gadget lab is using D-mails to attempt to change the past more than...
What they specifically changed.
It wouldn't make any sense otherwise.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It also means that Akiba is supposed to be, or at least where Suzuha comes from, is supposed to be an electronics paradise with no otaku heaven, and that Nuka is supposed to be a girl. We've just gotten such large shifts in divergence surrounding Nuka.
It's so strange.
ちょっとしたことの場合、全く誤差が発生しない場合だってある。原因が変化することでさ、結果がすでに同時に存在している別の世界線へと変わっただけなの。しかも、その2つの世界線は近似値だから、変化なんてほとんど感じられないはず。
Okay.
So they do already exist. Maybe it's something like within a range, every potentiality does exist, but the range is more clearly defined than a nebulous everything. or everything logically possible.
Right.
So is that why reading Steiner didn't react?
変わる前の世界線は消滅したわけじゃなくてさ、可能性世界線として同時に存在し続けるんだよ。
I.e., he really is leaving a bunch of wrecked world lines in his wake.
その辺は多世界解釈なのね。
He is Okabe, destroyer of worlds.
いずれにしてもパラレルワールドじゃない。
未来は再構成されていると。
そういうことになるのかな。
I'm confused again. Maybe it's impossible for me to fully... Maybe it's impossible for me to fully understand the structure of the universe!
Are you sure about that?
Anyway, that's enough discussion. You too, BSG, shut up!
Never!
It's time for me to leap again. I explain the situation to Kurisu and have her activate the time leap machine immediately. So I guess the party that evening was going to be for Suzuha.
Right.
Again, but for a different reason. But it's a little late, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, I guess I won't worry about that too much. The broken timeline that we just left.
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Or the future past. I mean, was the time machine finished?
Presumably not. Daru wasn't there.
It's the night of the 11th. I went back about 40 hours. My objective is to keep watch on the street vendor's stand in the hope that Suzuha's father might appear. Or somebody. I've already been here for 2 hours, and all I can watch him do is aggressively chew bubblegum.
Nyam, 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 nyam.
Now it's 8 p.m., and the stand looks like it's about to close. Is this another waste of time? I thought he was supposed to come here. Just as I'm starting to get antsy, I notice someone approach the stand. It really was Daru that came. I mean, we got Balloon.
Yeah, I don't know where he got judo or pro wrestler.
Big.
I guess.
Daru!
Maybe he meant sumo and said judo instead because he doesn't understand.
Actually, that's kind of likely. What the heck is this?
Well, I mean, I got excited by the badge idea, so I thought it'd be cool if we had one for the future gadget laboratory.
Seriously, man, you better have a good explanation. It's not that he's doing anything bad, but knowing that everyone is running around searching for Suzuha's father based on a pin badge, and then he comes with a request to make that pin badge after he's been working all day. I mean, yes, Daru is Suzuha's father. We've established that. It's like, this isn't funny. This is serious. What is he doing?
Gege, Okarin?
お前、ここで何をしている?
Why keep it a secret if you did this?
その言葉、そっくり返すぜ。
I time left here! Now where's your excuse? Daru is keeping a lot of stuff awfully private. I mean, it's true that he hasn't exactly been, like, super close friends with Okabe for a particularly long time, but...
We haven't really gotten much from him in the game so far.
Yeah, we don't really know anything about him, just his skills.
And that he's a pervert.
The storekeeper is looking at us funny, so we decide to change locations. That's what we'll call it, change locations.
それでダルよ。あの露店に何を頼もうとしていた？まさか、タイターのピンバッジと同じものを偽造しようとしていたわけじゃないよな。
そのまさかであります。
Okay, but why?
Actually, what he said was, that's exactly what I was doing, just kind of in a funnier way.
Ah.
Daru was the suspicious character the foreigner told me about.
紛らわしいやつめ。
I mean, what part of you looks like a pro wrestler?
Thinking about it, what is a sumo wrestler but a judo wrestler?
Sure. Damn it! It was all for nothing!
しかし、なぜ偽造などしようと。
いや、偽造ってわけじゃなくね。
似たようなものだろうが。
つまりさ、転ばぬ先の杖ってやつ？
Yeah?
What on earth do you mean?
もしも天主の親父さんが見つかんなかったらかわいそうじゃん。だからそん時は僕が作ったバッジを見せて、親父さんはいたんだって嘘だな。
Uh-huh.
ぬか喜びさせるということか。
Ironically, there's nothing false about it, but...
They don't know that yet.
そういう言い方しなくてもよくね。世の中には2種類の嘘があって、ダメな嘘と優しい嘘があるんだぞ。
And this isn't exactly a lie. This is a bizarre origin for this badge. It really was designed by Daru, but when was the original designed?
That's one of those, like, paradoxical, there is no original point for the idea.
Yeah. Time loop paradox art. And here I was thinking I might be able to use the badge as a clue to FB's identity. There's those 3 asterisks, right? We know why Moeka isn't on there, but why aren't Ferris and Nuka?
それは何のエロゲーから得た知識だ？
Steiner's Gate.
クラドナドナという、エロゲーではなく、いわば人生と呼べるノベルゲーからです。ってやかましいわ。
Clanad.
ダメかな。架空のタイターを作り上げる作戦。
I don't know.
そんなことをして、鈴葉が喜ぶとでも思っているのか？
If he calls it off, does that erase it from history?
It might.
Doesn't he kind of have to make this?
Then again, if he calls it off, maybe that means in the future he just makes it.
We don't know. But
Well, no, we don't know. That's the thing.
this shouldn't be viewed as like a coincidence or something. Come on.
Of course not. The fact of the matter is, her dad is making this pin badge for her as a memento of her dad, which it is.
これ天主からは誰にも言うなって言われてるんだけど。
Oh, here we go.
Oh, excellent.
オカリンには話しとくよ。
Daru and Suzuha have done a lot of off-screen talking after all, and I kind of feel like we should have been privy to that information as the players.
What do you mean?
The game has not given us much of Daru at all.
But all we get is Okarin's perspective. And in fact, aren't we actually getting Daru from this?
Shut up, I want what I want, so there. I don't care about the game's circumstances.
Isn't what you asked for exactly what we're getting right now?
I don't care about your circumstances.
Well, after such a robust rebuttal, what else is there to say? Earlier, I was mentioning existentialism, and I just can't let that line that Daru said slide about a visual novel that teaches you, or an eroge that teaches you the meaning of life. Well, the genre itself is typically like very philosophical, and how to put it, if you really get into a well-done visual novel, the emotional buildup over a long period of time plus the emotional release you get does often, assuming you're really into it, does often produce something of like a mildly transcendental experience. But I think it's going a little too far, treating them like they teach you the meaning of life. Though I guess I kind of thought like that when I was younger. Like I hadn't had too many like really deep experiences, and so certain stories really provided that for me in an interesting way.
Every visual novel I've played has had that moment that you described. That big, like, oh moment.
Yeah, transcendental.
Transcendental.
Like where your eyes open and you feel this deep sense of understanding and certainty.
You feel it in your bones.
All right, enough about Clanad or Cladon or whatever you want to call it.
タイムマシンを調べていてアマネ氏から聞いたんだけど、あのマシンは過去にしか飛べないらしいんだ。
Ah, I see. A lot of the reason why she's had this sort of wistfully fatalistic looks on her faces and the way she's talking about this stuff.
So she would have to go get the IBN in the past and then
Stay there.
She's
stuck.
And also arrange for it to fall into their hands.
Sure, but I'm not talking about her mission of getting the IBN. I'm talking about her.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of the thing that's important about it is...
that she'll be gone. She can't just come back with it.
Like, you know, in the last episode, there was that big scene where we were seeing her escape to her time machine or something like that.
It's kind of worse than that, Damon. Think about it. This is her only chance to find her father. If she goes back to get the IBN, there's no way she'll ever be able to meet her father.
It's essentially a suicide mission as well. If she's 19 now and then goes back to 1975, that means that's 35 years, so she'd be 54 and is somewhere around here.
Assuming nothing happened to her, yes.
Right, assuming nothing happened to her. And I can see why she wouldn't want to say this to anybody, but at least she got to tell Daru. One wonders if Daru might have hooked up with whoever her mother was because he had to.
In order to make sure Amane came into being?
Well, I wouldn't say came into being, like some...
Yeah, that was really awkwardly phrased, wasn't it?
Nani?
And when Daru found out about that, look what he did.
Yeah.
That was really thoughtful of him.
The good lie meant to help people that wasn't a lie.
バカな。俺が知っているタイタンのタイムマシンは未来方向にも飛べた。
Maybe the 2000 one, or maybe that was just another lie she told. She said she wasn't being fully truthful on the message board.
実際に見たん？
見たわけじゃないが。
Yeah, it's just what you heard in your first world line from the beginning of the game. It's what he said there, in that world. Now well, okay, as far as the topic goes, if it was Suzuha, then she would have been lying, but wouldn't the one in 2000 still be Amane Suzuha? Like, she goes back to 1975, and she just has to wait until 2000, and from there she talks to Okarin so that he can...
Oh, I see.
Like the whole doing the John Titor on the BBS is really just for Okarin's benefit, and that's why only in that world where everything worked, i.e. the beginning of the game, before the first D-mail was sent, only in the good world did that Titor exist.
Oh, my brain.
Because from coming here, she hasn't had a chance to go back and do that, right?
That makes sense.
I think I've got this.
And that just goes to show timey-wimey's confusing sometimes.
そもそもオカリンの言ってるタイターって2000年に現れたやつでしょ？僕はそんなタイター見たことも聞いたこともないけどな。
Nice to see Daru's on the ball.
Man, poor Suzuha. That's right. The Titor I know and Suzuha aren't necessarily the same person.
じゃあ、本当に。
行ったら戻ってこられない。
それは、例えば1975年に飛んだらどうなる？今の2010年には戻ってこられないのか？
戻ってくるには1975年から35年間をリアルタイムで生きないと。
ということは、鈴葉はタイムマシーンに乗って2036年に戻ることもできない。
だからさっきからそう言ってるじゃんか。
From the beginning, the machine itself was designed by Daru to be the one-way. Suicide trip isn't quite right, but considering that you can never return, it's kind of like that.
That's true, but it does mean that you get to live out your days in a world not controlled by CERN.
Yeah, that's true. But also a world where you're cut off from everything you know.
Yeah.
それはタイムマシンとしては欠陥品だろ。
そう、あのタイムマシンは未完成だって言ってた。
Incomplete? Incomplete?
セルンの技術をパクってアマネ氏の親父さんがこっそり独自に作ったものらしいんだけど、親父さんがセルンに殺されたせいで未完成のままなんだって。それでも過去には飛べるからちっとも問題ないってアマネ氏は笑ってたけどさ。
それは確かな話なんだな。
本人がそう言ったし、アマネ氏が嘘をついてない限りはマジだと思うよ。
I hope Okarin doesn't get some crazy idea in his head to try and quote-unquote fix this.
I can't even begin how he would think to fix something like this. But I agree with you. Because that's something he would do.
Get distracted by something that comes by that he's dissatisfied with.
To help a lab mem.
Just because you have some power, it doesn't mean that you can solve every little problem that gets in your way. It's not on your shoulders to fix every injustice in the whole world. Sometimes it kind of feels like he's acting that way, right? Like, a lab mem is in trouble. I must drop everything and fix their problem. But that's the type of meddling
that sort of got into this mess. And that's how he was with Mayuri.
Yeah.
It could be that he was so scared of losing Mayuri that way that he wouldn't want to risk that with any of his other friends.
I still just think it's trying to take too much responsibility.
つうわけで、今この時代にタイムマシンの修理が終わるまでに親父さんと会っておかないと、もう二度と会う機会はないかもしんないじゃん。
So that's why he was trying to make a copy of that pen, as evidence that Suzuha's father was here. Well, leave it to Suzuha's father.
だが、やはり偽造は良くない。嘘は嘘だ。
バレなければ。
What difference does it make? True, Suzuha might be sad about missing her father, but that's none of my business. My top priority is Mayuri's safety.
That's why I've been spending all this time looking for her father.
However, that sad smile on Suzuha's face, now I understand what it meant. I wonder if she's really going to be out of the game.
That's a sad thought. After she time travels back with her machine, then we'll get 55-year-old Suzuha joining the cast.
We might also get a 55-year-old very bitter woman.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I may not be correct, but I mean, that lack of absolute certainty does not stop us from considering things.
Yeah!
Okay? So this may not be right, but my antagonist senses had always gone off around Suzuha. I mean, I really like her. I'm not criticizing her in any way. You know.
That would be really tragic.
Yes! Tragic is exactly the word.
Dang.
I hope that's not the case, but it might be. I feel something tighten deep within my chest. It's just not fair.
ねえねえ、オカリン。あの人工衛星がタイムマシンだったなんて、びっくりしたね。
ああ、そうだな。
ビルに突き刺さっちゃってるけど、すずさんが無事でよかったね。あれって、操作がとっても難しいんだって。重力うんたらかんたら装置の座標がちょっとでもずれるとね、タイムマシンごとゼリーマンになっちゃって、プルンプルンかなんだそうです。
Ploop!
Like flap!
Meanwhile, poor Okarin has to just go through this over and over and over. You know, we've already had this conversation, more or less.
しかもね、あのタイムマシンってセルン製じゃないから、あんまり安定してないって。 1975年に行くときが心配だな。二人乗りだったらね、一緒に行ってあげられたのにね。
No! You definitely can't go now!
Now that we know. Now that we know.
お前が一緒に行ってどうするのだ？
決まってるよ。すずさんの手をギューって握ってね。大丈夫。マユシーが一緒だから大丈夫だよって応援してあげるの。
And that's how Mayuri became her own grandmother, and thus she is fated to die.
That is effed up!
ねえねえ、オカリン。あのタイムマシンって名前はついてるのかな？
気になるならタイターに直接聞けばいい。
ああ、そうだね。マユシうっかりしてたよ。
He's even less invested this time around.
Yeah.
Because now he has more context, and what Mayuri's saying is more meaningful, even though she doesn't understand it. I'd say Okarin's even less invested in talking to Mayuri about this now that he knows what he knows.
Just having to go through these same conversations over and over. Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She returns a few seconds later.
名前あった。FG204 なんとかなんとかだって。
Oh, yeah?
っていうかね、
Yay!
ダルくんとすずさんって結構お似合いだと思わない？
ダルはそもそもフェイリス萌えだ。
ああ、そっか。そうなのかな。ねえねえ、マユシーもタイムマシンもっとよく見てきていいかな。
I nod, and Mayuri runs over to the time machine again.
橋田至ってすごいね。タイムマシンさ、突貫工事とはいえ、うまくすると明日には直せるかもって。見た目は不摂生そうで冴えない感じなのにね。
Now he's probably going to confront her and be like, why didn't you tell me the truth?
I mean, he's being tortured by it right now.
さ、今言わないと機会を永遠に逃しちゃいそうだから言うけど。
So I really like these repeat scenes and repeat conversations, because that is the point of a story like this. That dragging you down and kind of beating you up, changing the context of something and going through it a second time.
Wearing on you psychologically?
Yeah, like Okarin is like, my god, I'm going to lose you forever, and if there's one thing that this mad scientist Ho'oin Kyoma hates, it's losing things that are mine. It's just eating him up right now.
聞いてる？
After a moment's hesitation, I give a little nod. Like Billy said, I'm even less invested in these conversations.
私さ、君たちには本当に感謝してるんだ。初めてこの時代に来た時、私の知ってる人は誰もいなくて、戦ってばっかりだった私の時代とは全然違ってて。
And she has to go.
In order to get the IBN 5100, she has to.
この時代の方がすごく平和なのにさ、なんだか私にとってはすごく怖かった。でもさ、今こうして自分の全てを晒せる友達、仲間ができた。
You can't save everyone, Okabe.
私が生まれる前に生きていた人たちと出会えて、私のためなんかにみんな頑張ってくれてる。
Like, I don't remember if this was the face he was making when he first heard this or not. In context, you can tell how much he's really suffering.
Poor guy.
それってとっても奇妙で、だけどとっても嬉しいんだよね。その気持ちは本当だから。
あのマシンは過去にしか飛べないらしいんだ。
The truth I heard from Daru plays in my head in an endless refrain.
この時代に来ることができて、君たちと同じ時間を過ごせて、私本当に楽しかった。
And having to listen to stuff like this, knowing there isn't anything you can do.
And this sort of thing fully explains why she was keeping her distance earlier from everyone, not wanting to get too close to them.
っていうか、君たちみんな揃いも揃って我が強くて、癖があって、いろいろと濃すぎて、最初はなんだこいつらなんて思ってたけどさ、いつの間にか君たちといる時間が楽しくなってたよ。2036年はさ、とっても平和で喧嘩すら起きないんだ。知ってた？とにかくさ、喧嘩すら起きない。およそ争いって名のつくものは、ミクロなものからマクロなものまで全部消えちゃった。
Is he being quiet because he doesn't want her to worry or know that he knows? Is he trying to protect her somehow? To let her get it out so she can move on with a clear conscience?
I don't think it's that complicated. I think he just feels really bad and doesn't know what to say, and is afraid that if he says something, that he'll burst out with too much.
その代わり、みんな死んだ魚みたいな目をしてた。誰も覇気がなくて、歩く足はズリズリってすり足で、笑いはするけど怒ったり悲しんだりはしなくて、個性なんて誰も持ってなかった。みんなロボットみたいだった。
At least she doesn't have to live in that world anymore, though that's not really that much of a comfort, I guess.
この前、君が私にすごく怒ったでしょ？あの時、すごくびっくりして、すごくショックだったんだけど、同時に、すごく嬉しくなったんだよ。君のラボに出入りしてるみんなは生き生きしててすごく眩しい。
Ouch.
椎名真由里も橋田至も牧瀬クリスも、それに君も。私もみんなみたいになりたいって思ったよ。
Thinking about it, I'd be really surprised if she is, if she does hop in the time machine and just go back to 1975 out of the game forever. What I mean that's different from what I have said before is, isn't that also me kind of feeling the same thing that Okarin is? Trying to come up with some excuse to keep her around instead of just facing the...
Accepting what's going to happen?
Yeah. If it really happens that way, that she's just gone, whether I'm expecting it to happen or not, there's just something that's really poignant about it.
So far, he's done everything he can to try and change stuff like this from happening, but this is going to be like something he can't. If he wants to save Mayuri, he has to let this happen.
Yeah. It's like there's something really poignant about watching someone abruptly leave your life, never to return.
こうして頑張れてるのも君たちと会えたおかげ。
And, you know, hearing this now...
ほんのちょっとでもラボメンの一員になれてよかった。
That we hear this whole speech again with more knowledge just makes it...
More heartbreaking.
Yeah.
ほんのちょっとの間でも君たちと一緒にいられてよかった。
And you can hear like the wavering in her voice.
Suzuha obviously knew from the beginning. I just didn't notice. That if she traveled to 1975, she could never return.
Okabe 凛太郎、きっと未来を変えてね。今みたいな自由な世界に変えて。
As John Titor, Amane Suzuha said to Ho'oin Kyoma, become the Messiah. Yet isn't she the one throwing her own life away entirely to save everyone else? For a given definition of Messiah, that'd be her, wouldn't it? Of course, she's not actually throwing away her life.
Are you trying to say that Amane Suzuha is future Jesus?
No! Well, she does get a second life, I suppose. The first time I heard her speak these words, I thought she was sentimental because she couldn't return to her original 2036, but I was wrong. Forget about 2036. She can't even return here to 2010. She'll be 54 when 2010 comes around. The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again.
You know what would be really interesting? If there was a female friend of the family, and it turned out to be future Suzuha. Like she's been watching over Okarin as he grew up.
The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again. For the second time in a row.
思い出を作ったことを後悔しているか？
どういうこと？
どうせ1975年へ行くのならば、この2010年において俺たちと仲良くならなければよかったと思ったことはないか？そうすればお前が捨てるべき生きてきた痕跡は一つで済んだ。
Yeah, exactly that.
お前は事実上2回自分の存在を殺すことになる。
もしかして橋田至から聞いた？
あいつもお前のことを心配している。
Yeah, it wasn't like he was trying to not keep a secret. I mean, for one, he did keep the secret until freaking Okarin time leapt to catch him.
たく、誰にも言うなって念を押しといたのに。
That's not on him.
To be fair, I browbeat it out of him.
どうなんだお前は1975年へ行くことについてどう思っている？
どうもこうもないよ。
It does.
私は行かなきゃいけないんだ。それが私が選んだ道だし、父さんの意志でもある。
もし俺やダルが止めたら？
You can't.
無視する。アットチャンネルでも言われた。私だけの考えで何億人にも影響を与えるような過去改変を行うとは何様だってね。でもさ、あんな未来にはなってほしくないから。私は君たちみたいに自由で笑い合って時には喧嘩もして争いがあって悲しい時もある。そんな人生を私が生まれた時代の人たちに送ってもらいたいし。
After how far she's come, she can't chicken out now. It would be like spitting in the face of all the people who've come before her to try and fix this.
Like spitting on her father's grave.
Yeah.
There's also the overall value. It would be like skipping out on a date with the partner of your dreams so you could go get a McDonald's hamburger. It's like throwing all your resolve away for nothing. Not even for something. You know?
Right. That was a good analogy.
On the other hand, though, You don't create new world lines by changing the past. You move to one that already exists.
Yes.
So, what do her actions matter? There already is a world line cluster where CERN does not control the world. It's already out there. So the people in her time are free like they are here. It's already happened. Your own consciousness just isn't in that world line. It doesn't mean that it doesn't occur. And when you leave a world line yourself, you're still there. You leave yourself where you left yourself. Not with the time machine, but talking about like Okarin trying to save Mayuri. Like he already has saved Mayuri over in Beta World Line. There, they succeeded. I'm not trying to say nobody should do anything, but I kind of feel like that's the implications of how all this means. If you can't create a new world line and you're, like Suzuha said, jumping to one that already exists, you're not changing anything. Nobody's changing anything at all.
You're right. Maybe there's something we're not getting? Or there's something else that's going to happen that makes it more relevant. Because
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because it's, forgive me for channeling Descartes, but the only person that you know for sure exists is you. You can't prove that any other consciousness exists.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, I understand you're poking me saying, yeah, you're physically right there. It's like saying the only way that something can be true is if I observe it. But
well, observation is a big thing in quantum mechanics, and it has come up several times.
But if we already are traveling through time, and the goal is to get to world line beta, why are we trying to get to world line beta? It's not like we change anything where we've come from, and it's not like we had any influence on where we go.
Maybe what determines the extant world line is the person observing it, like Okarin. Maybe because he has reading Steiner, when he travels to another world line, that's the true world line.
That's just saying, I am God.
I realize, and I'm not even 100% confident in that, but that could be an angle that they'll take. Because otherwise, what you're saying makes perfect sense.
No matter how hard they try, on the one hand, you could say they've already succeeded.
Yeah.
And that's nice, I guess, but just the idea that all of your actions are meaningless and the only thing that matters is some fleeting pleasure in the moment.
I can't agree with that either.
It's just so repulsive for me. Because me saying that stuff, that doesn't mean that I like that.
Right.
The last thing on this topic, and I remember this message, this @channel message. The @chan guy said, what right do you have to change the future? She can't. She can't change the future, and she isn't changing the future. The future's already been changed somewhere else where you are not. She's not determining anything for anybody. It's already been determined.
Huh. I never really thought of it like that.
That's the whole point of what I'm getting at, is that if these other possibilities already exist, and you're just moving your perception from one to another. Now, it's true with a time machine, you just physically can go there. And doing this, messing with stuff around, is a way that you can physically move to another world line where things are different. Okay, that's true. This is the last thing I'm going to say, I guess. It's just too easy to go on and on about the implications and how much I don't really like them. She can't save the people from 2036. Even the ones that have already been saved over in
Worldline Beta.
Yeah, over in Worldline Beta, the only way she can save the people in Worldline Alpha is to move them over to Worldline Beta with a whole bunch of time machines. You can't do that. It's just meaningless. I guess another way to look at it is, no matter which Worldline cluster you're talking about, you cannot change the past. What's done is done. Even if there are multiple pasts that could go different ways, they're still already done. But then what do you take away from that?
Boo.
未来を変えればきっと父さんも椎名真由里も君もセルンに殺されることなくなるだろうから。エゴかもしれないけど私は行く。
そのためなら お前自身はどうなってもいいと。
何言ってんの？ 70年代だって悪くないよ。そこでまた君たちみたいな愉快な友達を作って自由に生きていくよ。
Besides, she'll get to catch the premiere of Mobile Suit Gundam in 79.
You gotta look on the bright side of things.
Beneath the clear blue sky, the time machine comes to life. Daru's repairs are complete. Mayuri and I help drain the last of the water out of the cockpit. The machine is still stuck in Radikan's wall, but that's a small matter. My heart is still heavy. Should I let Suzuha leave like this?
I like the futuristic Winamp on the computer screen.
Why is that Winamp? I'm just saying...
Because Daru made it, Damon, that's why.
That had better just be to listen to music while you're doing your boring time travel. Because I want to know why Winamp exists in this time machine. So, isn't this the ending? Like, the bad ending? Aren't we about to hit the bad ending?
This does seem like a really pivotal question to be asking to choose an ending.
Especially around the halfway point's not right, but...
It's hard to gauge length when you got time travel involved.
And you're seeing the same material repeatedly! Should I let her leave like this? I chide myself for the thought. It's not my choice to make. Suzuha isn't from this time. If she doesn't want to stay, then I have no reason to keep her from leaving. We didn't perform a startup test.
And look at Daru's face.
Yeah, that really says a lot.
That's not an expression he normally has, you know?
You know what I'd said before we knew that Suzuha didn't know her father's identity was that if you met him, you'd never have the same relationship that you did. But actually, it turns out that that's not true in this case. Like, they connected as soon as they actually talked to each other and interacted for the first time. Like, they connected really well.
Some bonds transcend time.
How metaphysical for a game like this. We dumped a lot on Daru for a long time, except recognizing how ridiculously talented he was. For someone who is like, explain it with eroge, and explain it with boobs, and with magical girls, and for someone who is obsessed with his own, like, moe version of Faris, he really did act like he came to love Suzuha, didn't he? Leave it to Hashida Itaru, the most has-everything-together person in the Future Gadget Lab.
I don't know what that says about everyone, but...
Activating the time machine would draw too much attention. I was going to say that? Did I say that?
I don't think you did, no.
Okay, yeah, well, they can't test it because everyone would be like, what the heck is that? So they just have to hope it works. My only regret is that we couldn't find her father. Well, I'm telling you, man, you just don't have to worry about that much. You got your little white lie, right? Well, it's certainly white, it's just not a lie. All that's left to do is load in Suzuha's favorite MTB onto the time machine.
Mountain bike.
みんな、本当にサンキューね。なんてお礼を言っていいやら。
Some cyclist in 1975 is going to be like, oh my god, that is such an advanced model, where did you get it?
So she becomes a cycling industry magnate, having designed the ultimate bike.
マユシーたちのこと忘れちゃ嫌だよ。
I don't think that's possible.
俺なら僕とチュッチュしてください。
Daru, no.
16 steps forward, 168 steps back.
Give back that wonderful feeling I had about you.
変態は自重しろ。
Oh, you're here too, huh?
The look on his face, though, I
Yeah.
think he's just joking.
そうだ、これ。
This way you can get a copy made of it.
岡部倫太郎、これあげるよ。あのラボの片隅にでもいいからさ、置いといて。
お前。
Is she regretting her decision to leave? Does she want to stay? Is this pen meant to be proof that Amane Suzuha was here with us in this time?
ピンバッジのことだけどさ。
Yeah?
それと同じ図柄でラボ面みんなの分を作ったらどうかな。ラボ面の証っつうか。
I guess this pen just manifested from the ether.
From the roiling chaos of space-time, a soap bubble of the pen popped out, and was created ex nihilo.
それすっごくいいかもだよ。
The quantum foam pen of the future gadget lab. So cool! Okay, we wanted to end with the end of this scene, but I am just sure that something horrible is going to happen, or at least consequential.
You know how we do about cliffhangers.
So we're just gonna bug out right now. Peace out!
That was abrupt.